السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, today it is Tuesday the 27th of Dhul-Qaada 1445, matching the 4th of June 2024. This is our session number 14, going through the description of the Prophet's Hajj, عليه الصلاة والسلام, the book by the Sheikh Muhammad ibn Jamil Zeyno, رحمه ta'ala. We reached the section where he speaks about شروط الاحتفاظ بمنافع الحج. The conditions, شرط is the one condition, شروط is the conditions. شروط الاحتفاظ, احتفاظ to preserve, to keep, بمنافع الحج, with the benefits of Hajj. Conditions for keeping and preserving the benefits that you attained from your Hajj. The Sheikh said إذا أردت الاحتفاظ بمنافع الحج المتقدمة فاجتنب ما يلي. If you want to keep the benefits of Hajj that has preceded, then stay away from what follows. Number one, الإلحاد في الحرم, deviating in the sacred inviolable area of Al-Haram. قال الله تعالى, Surah Al-Hajj 25, ومن يرد فيه بإلحاد بظلم نذقه من عذاب أليم. And whoever intends in it, يعني in the sacred, holy, inviolable site or location, the one who intends in it to do ilhad, to deviate, بظلم, by committing wrong, نذقه من عذاب أليم, we shall make him taste of a painful torment, painful punishment. قال ابن كثير ومن يرد فيه بإلحاد, the one who intends in it to commit ilhad, to deviate, أي يهم فيه بأمر فظيع من المعاصي الكبار, meaning that he will intend in it a matter, أمر فظيع, that is, so gross, من المعاصي الكبار, of the major sins. وقوله بظلم, and him saying subhanahu wa ta'ala بظلم, with oppression or by oppressing, by committing wrong, ظلم, أي عامدا قاصدا أنه ظلم ليس بمتأول, meaning عامدا, deliberate, قاصدا, intending it, يعني not by mistake, أنه ظلم, that he is committing wrong, ليس بمتأول, he is not falling into some sort of interpretation. يعني interpretation is, he doesn't think that it is ظلم, he thinks it's okay or it's something else. كما قال ابن جريج عن ابن عباس, هو التعمد, like it is mentioned here by this route of Ibn Jurayj from Ibn Abbas, that it is التعمد. التعمد is deliberately doing something, purposely and deliberately and purposefully. وقال علي بن طلحة عن ابن عباس, علي بن أبي طلحة, he said from Ibn Abbas, بظلم بشرك, بظلم, by wrongdoing, meaning by committing association of partners with Allah. وقال مجاهد said, أن يعبد فيه غير الله, other than Allah is worshipped in it. وكذا قال قتادة وغير واحد, likewise Qatada said, and other than one scholar. وقال العوفي عن ابن عباس, this route from Al-Awfi, from Ibn Abbas, he said, بظلم, by oppression, by committing wrongdoing, هو أن تستحل من الحرم ما حرم الله عليك من إساءة. It is for you to allow for yourself of the haram while you are in the sacred sites. ما حرم, for you to allow for yourself in the haram what Allah has prohibited for you of إساءة, of evil doing, أو قتل, or killing. فتظلم من لا يظلمك, so you, or فتظلم من لا يظلمك, so you end up committing oppression against the one who does not oppress you. وتقتل من لا يقتلك, you kill the one who does not kill you. فإذا فعل ذلك, if he did that, فقد وجب له العذاب الأليم, then the painful torment becomes a must for him if he did that. وقال Mujahid said, بظلم, intends to do in it, بإلحاد, by deviating, بظلم, by committing wrong. بظلم يعمل فيه عملا سيئا, he does in it an evil deed. وهذا من خصوصيات الحرم, this is from the special exclusive qualities of the haram, the holy, the sacred inviolable place. أنه يعاقب البادي فيه الشر إذا كان عازما عليه وإن لم يوقعه. From the special characteristics of al-haram. Al-haram, we're talking about the boundaries where, you are inside of the area that is called haram. From the special characteristics of al-haram, that the one who shows and initiates evil in it, if he was intending it, even if he did not do it, right? Even if he did not do it, but he intended to do it and he had the resolve, he decided and determined to do it, even if he ends up not doing that evil, still he will be punished for that intention. Because the ayah says, وَمَنْ يُرِد, the one who intends. So even by intending to commit wrong, you are punished. And if you commit it in the end, if you do it, it's even worse. And he's referring us to Tafsir ibn Kathir, volume 3, page 214. So that's something scary about al-haram. That's why it is reported that Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhuma, although he had the opportunity and the chance to live in the haram, he actually lived in a Taif. And he would come to perform umrah and tawaf and like that, but then he will go back and stay in a Taif because of this. It's very scary. You have to be really watchful. And those who are going for Hajj, from the brothers and the sisters, going to the haram, Mecca, also in Medina, it's also a haram. So you be watchful what you say and what you do, and what you intend even. Right? Because if you think about doing evil and you intend to do it, you are held accountable even if you don't do it, if you don't end up doing it. أقول ومن الإلحاد في الحرم ما يفعله المجرمون. I say from ilhad in the haram. Ilhad is a deviation in general. We mentioned al-ilhad for those who attended the durus of al-Hamawiyah, because we have al-ilhad fi ayatillah, we have al-ilhad fi asma'illah. That's a aqidah class, right? إن الذين يلحدون في آياتنا لا يخفون علينا, and وذروا الذين يلحدون في أسمائه. Those two ayat about ilhad. Ilhad is to deviate, to digress. And in general, it is to digress from what you're supposed to do. To digress, to deviate from what you are supposed to do. That's the original meaning. That's why, you know how in the grave you have a shaq and you have a lahd. A shaq is to just open up, dig a hole in the ground and put the person in there. A lahd is to even dig more onto the side, make a room, a little space on the side of the grave, and then you put the dead person, you put him inside of that opening, and then you close on it with the bricks and dust and all of that. So that's ilhad. That's the original linguistic meaning, to be tilted, to be inclined, to deviate, not somehow crooked or not straight. That's how it is. That's the original meaning in the linguistic meaning, and then it is taken to, to deviate. And they use the word ilhad, past and present. They use it for those, although more commonly used now. Mulhid is atheist, right? That's how they use it a lot of times. So he said, وَمِنَ الْإِلْحَادِ فِي الْحَرَمِ مَا يَفْعَلُهُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ. Part of ilhad, deviation in the haram, that is severely warned against in this ayah. Even intending it is a problem, that he will be punished for it. Part of that is ما يفعله المجرمون, what the criminals do. من قتل الأبرياء, of killing the innocent. وترويع الآمنين, and terrorizing those who are safe and secure. وينطبق عليهم قول الله تعالى, and the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala matches them completely, this following statement, right? Intibaq is to be congruent. He means here it corresponds to them exactly. It deals with them and covers their case exactly in a matching way, in a full agreement. The ayah says, إنما جزاء الذين يحاربون الله ورسوله. Surely the reward, the punishment of those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger, وَيَسْعَوْنَ فِي الْأَرْضِ فَسَادًا, and they strive hard, they labor to commit corruption in the land. Their reward is, their punishment is, أَنْ يُقَتَّلُوا, that they be killed, أَوْ يُصَلَّبُوا, that they be crucified, أَوْ تُقَطَّعَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَأَرْجُلُهُمْ مِنْ خِلَافٍ, or that their hands and feet are cut off and severed from the opposite sides. Min khilaf. You cut the right hand and the left foot, or the left hand and the right foot. أو ينفوا من الأرض, that they should be exiled, kicked out of the land. ذلك لهم خزي في الدنيا, that is a disgrace for them in this worldly life. وَلَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ, and they will have in the next life a grave torment, a grave punishment. Surah Al-Ma'idah. علما بأن المشرك كان يلقى قاتل أبيه, knowing that there are people who claim to be Muslims who do this in the haram. But be it known to you that the mushrik, the polytheists, in the pre-Islamic era, Jahiliyyah, كان يلقى قاتل أبيه, he used to meet with the killer of his father. فيعرض عنه احتراما للحرم. He turns away from him, he just ignores him out of respect for the haram, the sacred inviolable area. والمسلم أحق باحترام البيت وتعظيمه من المشرك. The Muslim, the one who says لا إله إلا الله subhanahu wa ta'ala Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has more right. He ought to be even far much more respecting the house and giving regard and reverence to the house than the mushrik, than the polytheists. والله تعالى يقول وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا. And when we made the house as a place that the people return to and stay. للناس, for the people, and وأمنا, and a source of security and safety. Right? يعني the haram should be safe and secure. Allah made it as such. He said, والحكومة السعودية وفقها الله, the Saudi government, may Allah give it facilitation, قامت بواجبها بإنزال العقوبة العادلة على هؤلاء المجرمين. They did their duty of inflicting the punishment, the just punishment, and applying it, يعني إنزال العقوبة, to apply the just punishment على هؤلاء المجرمين, to those criminals الذين يسعون في الأرض فسادا ويلحدون في الحرم, those who labor to cause corruption in the land and they commit ilhad, they deviate in the haram. وقد توعدهم الله يوم القيامة بالعذاب, and Allah threatened them on the day of judgment with the punishment. So the Sheikh is referring to the people who come to the haram for Hajj, and they have the pictures of so and so, the pictures of such and such leader, and they start, hurting and harming. I remember, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, we were safe. The first Hajj I made in 1987. And that year, the Iranian, they made that, I think that's what he's referring to. A big, and then the government had to call the soldiers and they had to, it's like doing a rally and, fighting and stuff. And even before that, if you remember, earlier than that, those who attacked the haram and seized it, and took it over, claiming that their leader is Al-Mahdi. And this issue of Al-Mahdi keeps, I don't know if you've seen those days, it's going around, the clip, somebody somewhere in Chad, or he's claiming he's Al-Mahdi and he's warning everybody, telling them to follow him. It doesn't finish. It's always, there is someone who comes with that. But anyhow, you are going there for Hajj, you're not going there to, do other stuff. Next is Ash-Shirku Billah. If you really want to keep the benefits of Hajj, beware of associating partners in worship with Allah. وهو صرف العبادة لغير الله, and that is to direct the worship to other than Allah. كدعاء الأموات والغائبين, like supplicating the dead, making dua to the dead and the absent ones. لقول الله تعالى ولا تدع من دون الله ما لا ينفعك ولا يضرك. Do not call upon others besides Allah, those that do not benefit nor harm you. فإن فعلت, so if you do so, فإنك إذن من الظالمين, you are then from the ظالمين, wrongdoers, meaning the ones who commit shirk. Surah Yunus, ayah 106, and الظالمين here, as he mentions, it means al-mushrikeen. Dhulm has different levels, right? It could reach to the level of committing shirk. So zalim here, the one who calls upon other than Allah, is a zalim, meaning he is a mushrik, he's committing shirk. وإذا وقع المسلم في الشرك بطل حجه وعمله. If the Muslim falls in shirk, association of partners in worship with Allah, بطل حجه وعمله, his hajj and his deeds will be invalid, will be invalidated. لقول الله تعالى, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لئن أشركت, were you to commit shirk, ليحبطن عملك, your deeds will be abolished, وَلَتَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ, and surely you will be from the losers. Surah Az-Zumar, ayah 65. Right? So definitely we're not to commit shirk anywhere. And then you go to the holy land and the haram, the inviolable sacred place, and you call upon other than Allah, Al-Hussein and Ali radiallahu anhum and others, right? And they go to Medina and they call upon Rasulullah, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and some will call upon the absent also. يعني سبحان الله العظيم يعني الحسين, he is dead علي رضي الله عنه, and he is absent too. Likewise Ali رضي الله عنه. And then they might call upon other people, and every people they have their own. Those saints are so many. You cannot even count them, and everybody claims about their sheikh something. المرغني, التجاني, القادري, النقشبندي, so many names, right? الرفاعي. Right? They don't finish. And subhanallah al-azim, you are going all the way to do what? So this is very strange. Basics of Islam, the base of the call of all of the messengers is La ilaha illallah. There is no true God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So people go there and call upon this one and the other one, and subhanallah, the people, subhanallah, on one of the scholars of the past, on the day of Arafah, there was someone who's going around poor, asking people. Right? So if someone is poor, he's okay to ask people, right? Because he's poor, right? That's in general. But that scholar from the past, he told him, on this day of Arafah, everybody is asking Allah. You are asking the people. That is something that may be allowed. Right? It's allowed. If you are poor or if you need help, even on the day of Arafah, you can ask, bring this, can you bring me some water? Can you? But even that, remember, everybody is turning to Allah, and you are asking people, ask Allah. Right? Even if it's okay, but still, turn to Allah. Everybody is turning to Allah, crying to Allah. You are asking the people? Subhanallah al-Azim. So what about asking other than Allah for things that no one can do except Allah? Right? Subhanallah, what the minds of the people. If Allah puts a veil on their eyes, really you cannot see anything, you cannot understand anything. Even your brain is not functioning at all. Wal-'iyadhu billah. The third thing that he mentions, this ayah, Surah Az-Zumar, ayah 65, لَإِنْ أَشْرَكْتَ لَيَحْبَطَنَّ. This is now the revelation to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The speech is directed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It doesn't happen from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But then, were you to commit shirk, O Rasul, O Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam, your deeds will be abolished and you will be from the losers. Right? So this is something, it cannot happen from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But then look at the warning. Right? The third thing that he mentions that we should be cautious of so that we will not lose the benefits of Hajj is الرياء, show off. وهو العمل الذي يراد به السمعة. الرياء is the action by which one intends fame. Sum'ah comes from sam'a. Sam'a, to hear. Sum'ah is to be heard of, which we call the fame. Someone is famous. So فيحج ليقول عنه الناس الحاج. Right? So he will perform Hajj so that the people will say about him, Al-Hajj, Hajj Fulan and Hajj Faltan. He adds the title, another title to his علما بأن كلمة الحاج التي يطلقونها على من حج, knowing that, be it known that the word Hajj, which they use as a term, as a title for the one who performed pilgrimage to the house, لم يعرفها السلف الصالح. The pious predecessors, they didn't know this type of, it wasn't used between them, wasn't common. فلم نسمع عن واحد منهم قال عن أخيه الحاج عمر مثلا. We haven't heard from any one of them that he said about his brother حاج عمر, for instance. لأنها من بدع المتأخرين, because these are from the invented things of the later people. فأخلص حجك لله يا أخي المسلم. So be sincere to Allah, O my Muslim brother. وقل, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in his لبيك, اللهم حجة لا رياء فيها ولا سمعة. So ask Allah, oh Allah, I ask you for a pilgrimage that there is no show off in it and no seeking of fame. Right? And some countries, this is big to them. So they come back from Hajj and you call him by his name, it gets mad at you. What is this? All of this spending, and I traveled all the way. You have to use respect. What is the respect? You have to say Al-Hajj Fulan. Al-Hajj Fulan. Yeah. Hajj. And they don't accept, they consider it to be disrespect not to use the title. And the funniest thing I heard, Allah knows, but it's not strange. You know how it was common some time ago, still today, but not as much as it used to be. People will take stuff from the store on credit. So you go take, especially in the old days, money is not, they were poor. And so they take, not even a kilogram of rice, of sugar. No, they take like this much grams, little. And they record Fulan, they have a book of debts. And every month or every second month, or they go and pay. Right? So this old man, he came to the store of the man, he was very happy. He came to pay, right? He indebted. So he came to pay. He was very happy, joyous that he came. So he said, open up right? So his name, Hajj Fulan. He said, he's Fulan ibn Fulan. He put Al-Hajj Fulan. Change your records, the book of debts. I was Muhammad, now Al-Hajj Muhammad, you put, or Al-Hajj Miftah, or Al-Hajj Ali. He came all the way, had the title, I became a Hajj now. Right? It's not strange that the people will go to that, right? That's how they use it. For now, actually, they use Hajj commonly for anyone, just out of respect. And there in Mecca, everybody's Hajji, because he doesn't know your name. So you are walking, he wants to tell you, go this way or go this way, right? He doesn't want to shout just like that. He wants to be respectful. So he says, Hajji, go this way. Hajja, go that way. They use it like that. So everybody is Hajj, right? And many times, if they don't know your name, they call you Muhammad. Right? Muhammad come, Muhammad go, because everybody loves the name Muhammad. No one is going to be angry to be called Muhammad. Right? So this is just a way of them, talking to people and being nice, but this is how it is. And now the word Hajj is used for like different countries, or the older people, whether they performed Hajj or not. They just call them Hajj. طيب, he says وصايا مهمة للحاج. Important pieces of advice for the pilgrims. said إذا أردت المزيد من فوائد الحج فاعمل بهذه الوصايا. If you want extra benefits of Hajj, then act upon these pieces of advice. Number 1, رافق أهل الصلاح والعلم واستفد منهم. Accompany the people of righteousness and knowledge and benefit from them. Right? You benefit people who are busy with dunya. Your time is wasted. Go with me to the store. He looks for shoes. He spends the whole morning looking for shoes and, talking to the merchant, and go to 10 stores to get 2 riyals or 3 riyals off. Right? And he drags you with him, and then all morning is wasted. Yani if you spent it sleeping is better for you. Right? Not doing anything, just sleeping or just looking at the ceiling. Better than to go with him and go all over. You people of knowledge, they will advise you, they will remind you. They will remind you with their statements and with their condition too. You see them doing dhikr, you see them reciting, you see them praying, renewing their wudu, and you're just sitting around, and you feel, you want to read, you want to listen to the Quran, you want to do something good too because of their company. Number 2, تحمل أذى جيرانك. That's very important. Endure, withstand the harm of your neighbors. Right? Many times, the rooms have 4, and in Hajj sometimes the rooms have 10. Right? In those buildings near Aziziyah, and then in the tents you are 200 maybe. Right? So you need to bear with, تحمل, bear with, endure, withstand, take up, the harm of your neighbors. ولا تؤذي أحدا من إخوانك, and do not harm any one of your brothers. يعني the least of the good deeds that you can do is withhold your harm from others, withhold harming yourself from harming others. That's the least. And that's a hasana. It's counted as a hasana from yourself to yourself. وادفع بالتي هي أحسن. There are times, يعني, do not say I will take the pressure, I will bear with it, I will. If it's overwhelming, talk. Don't take it and then hold a grudge in your heart against that person. If you speak, it's better than to hold that grudge. And it stays there, and Allah knows what the shaitan does to your heart after. Maybe you will intend to hurt him somehow or do something to him. Right? Even making it look like as if it's unintentional. Right? Doing something he doesn't like. You do it just to take revenge. Right? Why? Because you allowed it in the first place. So do not expose yourself to harm, convincing yourself that you will be patient and endure it. Who knows? You may not be patient. But if it happens, then you be patient. But don't expose yourself to it. اسأل الله العافية. Ask Allah for well-being. That's how you should be. No, you do not expose to yourself to the harm. وادفع, if you had to repel, push now this harm, repel the harm with that which is best. Number 3, استعمل السواك. Use the مسواك, the toothstick. It's very much available there, and it has all kinds of different even flavors and like that. وخذ هدايا منه. Take gifts from the siwak. مع زمزم والتمر, along with gifts of zamzam and the water of zamzam and dates for your family, لأهلك. فقد وردت أحاديث في فضلها. For there has come ahadith regarding their excellence, the excellence of Zamzam, excellence of Tamr, like especially Ajwa dates and like that. احذر لمس النساء والنظر إليهن. Beware of touching women and looking at them. واحجب نساءك عن الرجال. Veil your women from the men. Number 5, تلطف. تلطف. This is in the Quran. وليتلطف. Surah Al-Kahf. And I mentioned to you before that some of the scholars, they said this word is exactly the middle of the Quran. He said he counted all the words. He found that وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ is exactly at the middle, center. تلطف, be kind, be nice, be gentle, compassionate, nice. بمن حولك, to those who are around you. أثناء الطواف, while performing tawaf. Do not push them, do not shove them, do not step on their feet, do not, some people, they are walking in there with their hand, they're pushing and shoving others. وتقبيل الحجر والسعي. Also, if you had the chance to kiss the black stone, and while you are performing sa'i between Safa and Marwa, تلطف. You're running between the two green signs and you bump into people who cannot run, older people and the likes of that. والرمي, right? Just yesterday the brother was telling us, one of our brothers who come here to the masjid, and he went for Hajj and somebody shot the right eye, then the left eye, right? Alhamdulillah, he still sees, nothing happened to him, but the stone, the pebble, came on his eye twice. Looks like he was hit, so he turned to see and he got the other one. فهو من الرفق المطلوب. This is from the gentleness that is required during Hajj. Let us stop here so we can call the adhan, and tomorrow we continue, inshallah ta'ala. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة السلام عليكم حي على الفلاح